It is now February 8th. It is well after midnight. I have work tomorrow. My insomnia has kicked in. I'm going to be hurting tomorrow, so I figured, hey, let's shoot a little impromptu video. And I kind of wussed out on Sunday, February 4th. Shot a video. It was kind of talking about a few things that were going on with Marvel and their identity politics and a certain boycott that was going on. And I had a few questions for a few creators who have been just toxic on Twitter and pointing fingers at and just a whole lot of negative stuff. And it was one of those videos where I thought I was being objective. So I loaded about 45% of it up. I had time to think about it. Said, no. This stuff is going to be a trend. This stuff is just negative. And honestly, the way that things are going after what's been going on with the news in the last month, Berkeley and the Women's March, and that's coming out about who organized that, and quite a few things have been coming out. I'm just sort of like, people are getting more and more to where they're talking about this not caring about identity politics. It's dying, and it's a fad, and just didn't want to go there. But the reason I think I kind of did mess up is because there's a part of the video in it where I think I kind of predicted some news that hit today. I just didn't think it was going to happen this quick. I talked about Marvel, I have to go back and watch it. Marvel getting away from all the identity politics. There's no way this stuff can keep going on where they're not making money. Plus, the audience, the SJWs, who I kind of wonder if it's still appropriate to call them, considering all the splintered groups that they're breaking up to, like Black Bloc and the Anarchists and stuff, and all their things that are going on. Decided to boycott them because the CEO is a Trump supporter who gave $1 million of his private money to a charity through Trump. And we have these writers who are self-confessed SJWs working for him. I was kind of wondering, so anyway. But the part that I was kind of wondering about was like, when Marvel gets away from all this stuff, will the fans take them back? And Bleeding Cool News came out with an article, I guess would be yesterday now and stuff, where a certain writer, I think his name Mark Guggenheim, kind of started laying the foundation out, saying we're going to bring the X-Men back, and it's going to be about a team of superheroes. All the political stuff's going to be tabled. And as I read through there, it kind of gave me the impression that after Marvel's big event that's coming up, Secret Empire, I'll try to put a link in the bottom if I remember to this article, but they're too deep into it. But after Secret Empire, it's supposed to be a more familiar looking Marvel universe. In other words, they're ditching the identity politics and stuff that was going in there, supposedly. So I got on there, and as I read down into the article, what caught my eye was the fact that I saw a little bit of regret in there. This is definitely damage control. Something has woke Marvel up, and if Bleeding Cool News, I'm real careful with, because they are the tabloids of pop culture news. That's all there is to it. But I'm not going to dismiss this article. Maybe it's some wishful thinking, and maybe it's giving the benefit of the doubt and being positive, but I'm still skeptical. But anyway, the Secret Empire next event that's coming on, in the article, it flat out says we're way too deep with the political nature of things now. We're just in too deep. They're pretty much just going to get through it, get it over with, and we're going to see a better Marvel Universe than what we've had in the last 2 years. Now, with my work schedule and me not sleeping and me having a trip out of town this weekend and stuff and the shitty internet, I may do a Google Live chat where I will show you where I uploaded this thing on February 4th and canceled it. It's still showing, still asked me to delete it. And then I may go into my, on the Google Live chat, I'll do a screen share and I'll show you the video, show you the properties, show you the day that I shot it, and then I might play part of that to show that I'm telling the truth about this. But I just didn't think it was going to happen this quick, and I hope this is really happening. But one of the things that I said in it that I wanted to talk about was I was really wondering if the comic book fans would take Marvel back had they gone too far. Now, you got to understand, for some long-term collectors, I'm talking like you've watched my videos on this before, but basically the whole thing I've been talking about is that Marvel going with this SJW marketing campaign that was going on, and kind of calling bullshit on it and stuff. Some of the things that are going on, I'm kind of seeing are happening to reveal it was a marketing campaign, in my opinion. They've always had a backdoor out. Even though you got a all-female Thor, you still got Thor in the background. Female Hawkeye, we still got Hawkeye in the background. You know, they have these doors open to bring it all of them back if this doesn't work. And I've said it somewhere in my videos before and in conversations and stuff. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. But the comic book fans, we sort of, the ones that they were trying to point a finger at and say, if you don't like what we're doing, you're the one with the problem, you're a racist, you're a misogynist and stuff, we're doing something great here and stuff. You know, they actually said this to the fans and stuff, trying to run them off for that invisible audience that not only didn't come, but the one they were trying to get in said, we don't want you with the boycott. And they had some egg on their face, and Marvel got a black eye because they were like, wait a minute, that's a lot of people for us to go from here and run over the people that are on our side of this thing and get that CEO. So maybe that was the wake-up call, because I felt like the Bleeding Cool article is damage control saying, guys, hang in with us. By the fall, things will be good. We just got to get through this Secret Empire. But comic book fans have always had what I called a battered wife syndrome, is what I call it. You know, they mess with your character, you get a little pop, a little smack, a little control on you and stuff, and, you know, you're like, you hit me, and they're like, oh, come back, baby, come back, I'll change, I'm sorry, I was just upset, it's just, you know, money, you're worried about money or something. Time goes by, and they freaking get you again, man, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, baby, I'll change, and we get our reboot, and we get our retcon and stuff, and that smack was a little bit harder because it's more company-wide and stuff, and we go back and forth with this, and it's popping, and then one day you just decide you're done, and you finally don't go, and you move on to, you meet somebody else, and you move on with them, they're better to you. It's kind of like Marvel needs to wake up that that's DC rebirth in the indies a little bit. And in that video, what I was talking about was like, I was just kind of wondering if the Marvel fans would be willing to really come back, and I'm skeptical. I mean, I'm a DC guy, but I still love my Avengers and my Hulk and my old time Peter Parker and stuff. And the reaction I've been seeing just a little bit online, I mean, this is still new news right here, is now is like everybody's like hopeful. There's this feeling of hopeful. We still have time for people to say if they're skeptical or not. We still have some time to see other reactions. But it felt really good to see this big kind of like swelling. There's an energy in the air, it feels like, of like, we just got to wait it out. Oh, you know, I was hoping some people will hang out. That'll be great. Now, with that said, and with the big explosion, there were some videos, channels doing it before the summer and stuff, but I've really seen a big swell of videos coming out where it's like, you know, going after the agendas and stuff in the Marvel comics and critiquing them and then really going after them. And that's fine. I mean, that really exploded there and stuff. And that's kind of the thing I was trying to stay away from. I said it in my New Year's video I made 2-3 weeks ago. You know, I went over all that. But the thing about it is like, I want something to really come out of this last 2 years that's good. I want Marvel to see where they messed up. I want, you know, of course I want the old Marvel Universe back where it's about stories about people, things that pull you in, things you can identify with these people on a real level, not books that are preaching to you and they feel like fan fiction, and it's just insulting to the people that's reading the books and stuff on many levels, and it just feels so thin and soulless and stuff. But I haven't read any Marvel comics probably in like 6 months or something, if longer. And then the ones I did read before that, it was very few. And there was some good stuff in there that I would like to see them take out and maybe sprinkle it in there and do it right again. You know what I mean? Don't change some of these characters like you did Iceman by making the younger version of him gay when the older version wasn't. It's shoehorned in, okay? You know, let's do this again. Let's bring it up. Let's get some original characters in there, you know, that just happen to have some kind of traits we're looking for. You know, don't make them feel like tropes. Don't feel them stereotypes and stuff. Make these really good characters. Let them come in and let them branch out. Use the diversity of ideas to bring in diversity the right way, but don't let that be your main cause. We got a cool character here. He's taken off. He just happens to be like this. You know, give us some adventures in there, but give us some integrity with these stories. Give us some depth, you know, and just, you know, go in it with stuff. I don't think a lot of these characters need to be abandoned I think I just hope they just try again and get it right this time. And you either know what I'm talking about or you don't. I'm not going to make a big long video here about this. I'll talk about it again later as we see what goes on and stuff. But anyway, I feel like it's some good news. And I did crack up at the fact that they said, we're too deep into getting this next event of Secret Empire out, man. Just kind of that whole feeling of just like, oh hell, we got to go with it, and it feels like they're ready to change and to give it back. I guess getting your ass handed to you by DC would do it, because a lot of people would look at diamond sales of Marvel Comics, and you got to understand that's on a distributor level. That's what these stores are buying. The real thing you have to look at is who's buying those in the comic book shop, because if those books don't sell to the comic book shops shut down and nobody's going to be ordering from Diamond. So I trust almost half of what I see with my eyes and absolutely nothing that I hear, because I've been to plenty of they're all in my videos going back about a year and a half, but I've been to comic book shops, one end of Virginia to the other, 3-hour radius here, little places here and there, odd trips here and there, and it's always like 5 boxes of Marvel comics that they can't get rid of, and maybe 2 or 3 of DC. And since the rebirth, that's been shrunk. DC is mostly the convergence back, DC 52. Can't give those away. So yeah, I think that's what did it. That kind of, I would assume that's what woke them up. Maybe more will come out about why they're doing this. But yeah, if we can just get through this year, get through Secret Empire, see what Marvel's doing. Like I said, I hope they can take some of the good stuff that worked, that people have actually liked and stuff, and kind of incorporate it the right way and keep it going. Let's just not abandon that. It's this last couple of years of Marvel is going to be a black eye on their history forever. And there's going to be people that do not come back. But it's good to see there are people that do want to come back. That's it. All right, guys. Later.